Man, are we ever excited today.
We are so excited.
We started our solar install.
Yes, both of us up on top of this roof.
Yep. So in this video, we're going to share with you the installation of the panels onto the roof of our RV. So stay tuned. Hey, and welcome back to Mountain Beaches. I'm Norm.
And I'm Kim, and we're living our dream to discover new adventures.
Because tomorrow is never promised, so we're living for today. And in today's video, we're going to share, this is video number 1 of our solar install series. We're going to share with you the installation of our solar panels up on our roof. That's why we're up here.
That's why we're up here. Some people say, oh, that's too hard of a job that, for a DIY project, you need a professional to do that. And we're hoping to show you otherwise.
Yeah, we're doing this install all ourselves, just us. And we're bringing you along with us, so we're going to share what it takes to do this all on your own. And today we already did the install of the panels, and that really went well.
It did. It went really well.
Yeah.
We kind of came up with a system, and it worked really well.
Yeah.
We'll share that with you.
Yep. You can probably see the panels maybe behind us here. Our solar system includes 6 200-watt solar panels for a total of 1,200 watts. And then with that, we're going to connect those into 6 Battleborn 100 amp hour batteries for a total of 600 amp hours of batteries.
Because I get to have my hairdryer available anytime.
Yep. We are looking forward to being able to utilize this solar installation to charge our batteries and then run whatever we want through our inverter.
Exactly. And this is a bit of a change of a mindset for me, because before I was like, okay, we are going camping. We're not having a hairdryer. We're not having a TV. We're not having a microwave.
We're not having a generator.
We're not having a generator.
So now we don't have to.
No, exactly. So I'm kind of excited. My perspective has changed now that we're going to be traveling a little bit more.
Right.
We really are more than excited.
Yeah. So today we got the panels all installed on the roof. Tomorrow I will be doing the connecting of the wires. Those wires haven't arrived yet, but they're scheduled to arrive tomorrow. So I'm going to get that all wired up here on the roof. And then also our batteries and our inverter and our charge controller, all of that is going to arrive tomorrow. But in this video, it's just the solar panel roof installation. So let's show you that. And we are using the panels from New Power. These are 200 watt solar panels, and we have 6 of them for a total of 1,200 watts. I wanted to start by showing you the unpackaging of these. I've already opened one up and I was very impressed. So that's one reason I thought it would be good to share with you so you could see it as well. I bought these off of Amazon. These were about $189 a panel for 200 watts. That's less than $1 a watt, which is a good price. But there's always that concern, how are they gonna ship, and how are they gonna what are they gonna be like when they get to my house? So I wanted to share an unboxing with you so you can see how they're packaged. I thought it was done really well. So let's get this turned over and open this baby up. Now it's okay to use a box cutter on the ends. I'm not going to use a box cutter coming down here because I don't want to scratch the glass inside, which is a possibility. So we just open it on the very end. And then tear it open. So there's the first view. You can see it's pretty well packaged. It has a foam protector in here, although it could have gone all the way to the edges. It has corner protectors that I'm impressed with as well. These cardboard with foam on the inside here, and the same here, there's foam on the end. So that protects these corners from getting gouged up if it gets bumped or dinged. And then again on the top here, another piece of cardboard, and this has foam on the sides as well. So there's foam here, there's foam here over the glass, and there's foam on each end and all 4 corners. So let's open this all the way up because this is going up on the roof. It's actually a pretty decent thickness. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but that's a pretty thick piece of foam there. This 200-watt panel from New Power is a new panel that they've recently released. It's been out a few months now, but it's a new design. It's high efficiency, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping for the best. Everything looks in perfect shape. There's not a scratch anywhere on it. The packaging was superb in my eyes. So the first step that we need to do is we're going to put on the brackets that hold the panel to the roof. And these are aluminum that they don't come with the panels, but they're from the same company. And you want to make sure you don't put them on upside down. Actually, you do kind of put them on upside down because the panel is upside down. But I've heard of some people installing them or trying to install them like this. This one actually won't do that. But install these. We're going to put 4 on. They come with all of the hardware needed to both attach it to the panel and to attach the panel brackets to the roof. So one of the reasons you're not going to attach the panels just as is directly to the roof, well, for one reason, there's nothing on it to attach it, but these brackets lift the panel up about 1 inch, and that allows air to circulate underneath it. Solar panels work best. It seems a little bit funny, actually. They're supposed to be in the sun to work, but they work best if they don't get too hot. So you need airflow underneath. If they're just attached directly to the roof, they're not going to be as efficient. These have the bolt itself has a washer on it. We're going to bring it up through the hole that's put in here specifically for the mounting bracket. I'm going to connect the mounting bracket, and then we're going to put this lock washer over that, and then the nut. I'm going to push this end flush. It has a little bit of a lip, and tighten this down. And I forgot to bring my box wrenches from home, so for this panel at least, I'm improvising with a couple of tools that aren't optimal for the job. Some channel locks to hold it in place, and then a crescent wrench to tighten it. These are really packaged well. Biggest scary thing ever to do is drill a hole in the top of your new RV, and that's about what we're getting ready to do. 2, 4, 8 holes per panel, 6 panels, that's 48 holes we're drilling in our roof.
I have to go back.
No, just keep it going, and you can pull it out. What do you think? You just drilled a hole in the roof.
That's a little one.
4 of them.
I trust you. You're going to put this gunk in it to make it sealed over.
Gunk?
Gunk.
Okay, so step one is completed for this panel. We drilled the holes, 8 of them. Next step is we're going to put a little bit of the dicor in on top of each of the holes, so that when we screw the screw down in, it'll pull some of that dicor down into the hole with it.
You mean the gunk?
The gunk, yep. The official name of dicor is the gunk. And then after we're all done, then we're going to go back and we're going to cover up all the screws and all of the covers, the mounting brackets, with lots more dicor. So let's get this thing going. Just going to start with just a little bit for each hole. Get this back in place. These screws have a rubber washer on them, which is designed to keep moisture from penetrating, but I don't trust that. That's why we're using the dicor, and I would recommend dicor. So we tried a couple of different methods. Our first try was to lift up the bracket, lift up the panel, put some dicor on top of each of the holes, then reposition the bracket and try and screw the screws down. Well, once we had the dicor over it, you couldn't tell exactly where the hole was, so it was hard to line it up exactly so that we were screwing down into the hole that we had drilled. So what we decided to do is line up all 4 of the brackets over the holes that we had already drilled, and then put some dicor over the hole and then screw the screw down into that. And then we'll come back after everything's dried and we'll put a whole bunch more dicor on. So that's the method we're going to use on all the rest of them. I think that's going to work best. All the panels are now secured to the roof, and we put a little bit of dicor over each of the screws that we put in, and now we're going to go back and cover with dicor over the entire bracket and over the screws again, and just make sure this is watertight. Let me show you what we have right now, and then I'll show you another one that I've already put the dicor over, and then I'll show you putting the dicor on. So this is where we're at right now. We've put the bracket on, and you can see just a little bit of dicor. That's the dicor that we put over each screw hole, and then we are going to go back over the whole thing, and when we've gone over the whole thing, this is what it looks like. It's covered with dicor, and it protects it, and it is completely watertight. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let's finish these other panels that we've got to do. I'm going to go around the edge of the bracket, make sure that no water is going to get underneath there, because if it gets underneath there, then it has the potential of going into those holes that we drilled. And then we're just going to cover this bracket, make it watertight completely. And you're going to go through, depending on how many panels you have, you're going to go through probably a couple of tubes of dicor. We went through one already just to cover, just to put some over each hole that we had drilled. and then we used the rest of the tube. And we did, I think we did 2 panels already, filling with dicor, and that's what it's going to look like. The other thing that you might be asking is, what about behind here? We're going to come back and do that as well. We're going to put a tube, probably about a 6-inch tube over the end of the dicor fitting or tube here, so we can reach back in there, and I'll show you that after I get the tube. Hey, thanks for joining us this week as we shared with you our solar install, our solar panel install. If you like this video, we'd ask you to please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. That really helps us a lot to get found here on YouTube, and it lets others like you know that we're out here. And we hope that this video was some value. If you have questions, give those to us in the comments and we'll do our very best to answer those for you. In the next video, we're going to share with you how to wire these up. We wire these up in what is called a series parallel combination, and that is coming up. So stay tuned for next week.